As Donald Trump continues to hint at the fact that he is going to run for president again in 2024, a lot of folks on the left are worried about what that could mean. Trump was very difficult to beat in 2020. He wasn't able to be beaten in 2016, except, of course, for the fact that in both of those elections, Donald Trump lost the popular vote. He lost the popular vote this year by more than 7 million votes. Really wasn't even that close of an election at all. Trump is beatable. Sure, he got more Republican votes than ever, but 7 million more people showed up to say, no, you're not going to get a second term. But nevertheless, another headline this week that I could not disagree with more, and this one from Common Dreams, absolutely one of my favorite news sites. They're quoting a couple of experts here, and they say, experts, it's possible and necessary to stop Trump from running in 2024. And the experts are political scientists Alexander Kirshner and Claudio Lopez Huera. And they say that Congress, because of Trump's actions since the election, needs to impeach him. They need to make it to where he cannot run for office again because he's been impeached, and the Senate obviously would have to convict, something that we all know would never happen at all, ever. The Democrats would have to have 60 members in the Senate and make sure that not a single one of them broke ranks. That's not going to happen. That's not a possibility. There's literally no way at this point to legislatively prevent Donald Trump from running for president again. Now, if he is under indictment in New York following his term in office, that might prevent him from running. Being in jail could do that. I don't think he's going to end up in jail, but certainly a damaging investigation like that, a potential prosecution with some kind of plea deal, absolutely is going to hurt his prospects. But folks, the best thing in the world that could happen for the Democratic Party is for Donald Trump to use Inauguration Day to announce that he is running for president again. The public is sick of him. His approval rating since the election continues to decline. The more he is out there, the more he is whining, the more he's complaining and crying and yelling on Twitter, the less people like him. Him remaining in the public spotlight against our will is going to destroy him if he runs for election again. Let him continue to go out there and shoot himself in the foot every time he opens his mouth. Where's the harm in that? There is a little bit of harm, to be honest. And this is the obvious elephant in the room that we do have to address, and that is, if he continues drumming up his angry base, they may kill somebody. That's not an exaggeration or an overstatement either. This past weekend, we saw them show up at Michigan Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson's home with weapons to protest the certification of Michigan for Joe Biden. No shots were fired, but there were shots available. That's the fear. That's the problem. That is the only reason we would want Donald Trump out of the spotlight. Because if he goes away, he can't gin up their hatred towards Democrats or liberals or Democratic socialists and all of us on the left. That's the threat. That's the problem. Him running for president again, I'm not worried about that. I do not think for a second this man could ever win another election ever. Not to mention, if Joe Biden comes into office and actually does something good, then he won't win regardless. Like, Joe Biden actually could control the whole thing. If he comes into office and says, all right, let's get on to work on forgiving student loan debt right now, day one, let's do this. Let's put in place this Medicare for all who want it. Certainly not good enough, but that is going to help people. Not as many as Medicare for all would help, but it's going to help some people. And if you start helping people, they're less likely to say, let's go back to the crazy guy. It's that simple. So how about we stop worrying about Donald Trump running for office again, and we start worrying about the conditions that led to Trump in the first place and the fact that we know how to fix it. So far, not looking like we are, though. That is the real problem. One of today's video sponsors is Privacy, and right now, they have a wonderful offer for all of our Ring of Fire viewers. Go to privacy.com/ROF. Sign up for your privacy account and you will receive $5. Privacy.com, their service is absolutely one of the most vital in an online world today, especially during the pandemic. Everyone is encouraged to stay home, so we're ordering more things online. And so your bank account information is more vulnerable than ever. Privacy gives you security. This is a product that I use all of the time, and here's why. If you have ever had your bank account information stolen, if it's been part of a data leak, that is a massive headache, trying to get your money back, trying to repair your credit. Privacy helps take away some of that concern. What Privacy does is it provides a browser extension, or you can go right into the website or into the app, and it can create a virtual bank account or credit card number. It can be a temporary number that only is used one time, or it can be merchant specific, meaning you can create a bank account card that only works for one particular website. So if that account happens to get hacked or has a massive data breach, that card number no longer works with any other website. That is how Privacy helps protect your bank account information in an increasingly insecure online world. So again, go to privacy.com/ROF. You get $5 free just for signing up. Or if you don't want to type it in, just click the link at the top of the video description below.